best running back, wide receiver, running back duo in football right now. 888-SAY-ESPN or hit us up on KJZ on Twitter. What I'm going to do here, fellas, we're getting a tremendous amount of response. I'm just going to run through, and then Key, I'll just ask you for a quick strike reaction, and then Jay for the next one, because there's some really good ones coming in. RPEMS14 on the Dr. Pepper Twitter feed. Davante Adams and Aaron Jones, both of them dangerous options and keeps the defense guessing. And if Aaron Rodgers trusts them, then I'm good with that. Jay, what do you think about that?
That's what I said before. I mean, look, these guys are both so explosive, and you look at what Aaron Jones has been able to do, and same with Davante Adams. I mean, they have to be at the top tier of this conversation.
They are in there. If those two guys are on the board, then I'm certainly not crying if I miss out on two other ones.
Indeed. At Carnage F Hive says it's probably Cook and Thielen. As a Packers fan, this feels like heresy. I love to say Jones and Adams, but Jones splits too many carries prior to this year. It would have been Thomas and Kamara, but it's definitely not Henry and Brown. Brown is nowhere near top level yet. That's a strong wide receiver comment. Key, your wide receiver perspective?
Well, I Thielen's a good player. I don't think that if Minnesota's without Thielen, that the offense is going to stall because Justin Jefferson is there. Plus, I just think that when you look at it, you talk about New Orleans, it was so much when they get Thomas back. What are they going to look like when they get Thomas back? Offense looks a little bit better. He had his first 100-yard game after coming back a couple weeks ago, and he hasn't missed a beat. So I think it's Thomas and Kamara for sure, but Cook and Jefferson, not Cook and Thielen for me.
Okay. Chip 403 at Chip 403. This is interesting just based upon what you just said. I'm going A.J. Brown, Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is head and shoulders the best pure workhorse running back, which essentially sets this debate apart. To add in A.J. Brown as the tandem, you're getting an elite, underrated young wide receiver, which makes this duo the best. And I would just add there, Jay, Derrick Henry is just one of those dudes that gets stronger as the game goes on, not weaker as the game goes on.
I mean, and A.J. Brown is a beast, too. I mean, both these guys, look, if that's Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara, A.J. Brown, Derrick Henry, Aaron Jones, Davante Adams, I mean, all these guys, they're right there. I mean, you would probably have to say for the year Derrick Henry is having with A.J. Brown that they would probably be number one. But then, I don't know, it's going to be hard to dislodge Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas to me. I mean, granted, Michael Thomas hasn't played every game this year. He's been battling injuries and some other things that have happened.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, other things that have happened.
Right hand injury.
But talent-wise, I think, geez. I think talent-wise, those are your top three.
Allegedly. But here's what I would say. I like Derrick Henry. I like the big bruiser, wear you down. But I got to take him off the field on third downs because I want to throw the ball on 3rd and 19 or third. I got to get him out of the game and get a catching back in there. That's one of the reasons I like Alvin Kamara. He allows me to do different things, move him around the formations, as well as Aaron Jones. I can move these guys, McCaffrey. I can move them around in the passing game and don't miss a beat in the running game. If I decide to change the formation, decide to go into an empty package, a 3-by-2, then motion one of those guys back into the backfield and run the football, everybody knows, okay, they may run out of this set or they may throw out of this set. If I do the same thing with Derrick Henry and stay in empty, they like, it's quarterback draw. It's you could do more with those other backs. He's still a phenomenal back. He's a workhorse. He's a bruiser. I would love blocking for him. There's no question about it, but I just like a little more versatility with my running backs.
If you're as old school as Key and I are, and you actually want to pick up the phone and call us, that's okay too. 888-SAY-ESPN. We're not Twitter guys. 888-729-3776. Let's continue to roll through it. At Doug Seifert, thanks, Doug. Quote, the best running back in football, Nick Chubb, and the most intense and clutch wide receiver, Jarvis Landry. Jay, how about that?
Yeah, I don't know if, Key always talks about the snack, crackle, pop, right, Key? You talk about that. I don't know if Jarvis Landry brings that. I know Nick Chubb does. I mean, maybe OBJ was having, if he didn't get hurt and he was having an explosive year, I can definitely see that as a tier. I still know if they belong, they're really good. I mean, Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are really good. Jarvis Landry is good. I still know if they belong in that upper echelon.
I love you trying to find those words, but that's great.
What do you mean try to find those words?
Like, instead of just saying they don't belong.
Yeah.
You know, you're trying to soft the landing, that's all.
No, because I'm trying to be respectful.
You
of the
didn't
fact
say
they're
that they
still
were
very talented.
You didn't say
they
that
just
they
don't
were,
belong in an upper tier conversation.
You didn't say that they were not talented. You didn't say anything like that. They are talented. But when you're talking about a duel, I don't believe that they are on the same level as the other guys as a duel. I don't.
We had a caller.
It's not that Landry's not good. He's just not Davante Adams. You know, it's not that I wasn't good. I'm not Jerry Rice. I'm not Randy Moss. I still was good. I accept that. I did my job.
Right. Any point of comparison to Randy Moss, somebody's always finishing second.
You're
talking about the company.
yeah.
Exactly.
Last thing on this particular subject, I'm going to break the spirit of the question, but I thought it was interesting because last hour we had a listener essentially say, even though this is not running back wide receiver, if you have a guy like Kyler Murray that essentially could operate, if you just blindly looked at his stats, you could be like, wow, that guy actually rushed for a lot of yards. If it was a Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, understanding this is a quarterback, not a running back, what do you think of that tandem? It's kind of a unique way to pose it because Murray can do both.
He can, but he still wouldn't be with Thomas and Kamara because he can't catch the ball out of the backfield, something that Alvin could do. He can catch the ball and he can run. Not that Kyler Murray can't, because all of a sudden Cliff Kingsbury, he just heard me. He's drawing it up. We're going to throw Kyler a pass now.
But if Kyler's your runner and Hopkins is your catcher, I mean, it's interesting.
It is. But how much are you willing to go to the well with that quarterback running the ball like you are with a traditional running back?
Small dude, right?
It's not even necessarily small. I don't care if he was big. You don't want to have Cam Newton running the football every single play, because at some point, the little bruises to the shoulder, to the elbow, it hurts. Man, that ground is hard. That ground is not soft and is not friendly.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.